Hey guys, AuspiciousAussie here, and welcome back to episode 4 of my Southampton series for Football Manager 2016. So this is basically the January transfer window wrap-up, plus all the fixtures that we've gone through recently off camera, and a Bournemouth live com. Hopefully we can pick up our first win on camera for this series so far. Um, there's no better team to be taking on, especially at home. Of course, the other two games I have live commed were both away, and I think this is a decent game to live com. Our recent fixtures aren't amazing. Our recent results, I should say. Then, they're not ideal. We haven't been winning games we should be winning, and those two are pretty much exactly what I mean. But before we get into anything else, let's get into the transfers first of all. Quite a bit of activity. We'll get into the outs first of all. Cuco Martina is never going to play for me. Sold him to Burnley for 500,000. And I think that was a pretty good piece of business getting him out of the club. We then sold Graziano Pella. Very good player. Was never really featuring for me. He's 30 years old. So we sold him to Norwich for 4.2 million, and his value has already dropped. And then we let a player that we bought go out on loan to our feeder club just to get a work permit, and that is I think it's Iheanacho. Yeah, that's it, Iheanacho. But we'll do the ins now. Of course, Iheanacho came in from Manchester City for £12 million up front, I believe. Yeah, 12 million. Pretty good piece of business. He's probably the best young striker on the game, I believe, anyway. He's got all the stats that he needs to become a world-class striker. I mean, at 19 years old, you look at those physicals and you just know he's going to be a very, very good player. He's got 20 determination, 14 off the ball, which is pretty impressive for a striker of his age, anyway. And his technicals are in the right places. 13 finishing, 12 heading. Decent first touch and dribbling as well, which is quite important. And he's also got the composure, plus these stats up here, of course. So yeah, 12 million well spent. I was looking to bring a striker in. I was tossing up between bringing, someone of the likes of Boubacar or maybe a Guedetti, the former Man City player. They were both achievable to sign. But I just went with Iheanacho because he's going to turn into an absolute beast on this year's game. The other player we brought in was Jeremy Mathieu from Barcelona for 1.4 million. As you can see, he's a world-class defender in my eyes. He is 32 years old, but we got him. He was transfer listed, and we got him for what I think is a bargain, and I'm very happy with that. And I think the centre of defence is somewhere we did need to strengthen. He did play his debut in the previous game. Played a 6.9, so not really outstanding. And we did concede a goal against, I think, was it Stoke? Yeah, and Stoke are coming last at the moment, so that was pretty disappointing to not get the win there. But we'll get into the fixtures, and we have to go all the way back to the Newcastle game here, the 4-3 or 3-4 loss. That was disappointing. We then beat Vorskla in the Europa League. A nice 3-0 victory there. Goals coming from Tadic, Wanyama and Mane. Mane actually had a transfer offer put in by Arsenal for him. I managed to negotiate it to about... They were offering me 60 million. I think it was 40 million up front and about 20 through bonuses and stuff. But I wanted a little bit more than that because he's already worth about 28 million. That's his value. So I don't know. I just feel like I could probably get, maybe 65, 70 even. So I negotiated it to the point where they just withdrew their offer. I was kind of disappointed, but it doesn't really matter. Anyway, we beat West Ham after that game, another 3-0 victory. Jared Rodriguez with the brace and Mane also on the score sheet there. We beat Swansea 3-1 away. Pretty impressive result, to be honest. Rodriguez, Mane and Gaston Ramirez there. We then got battered by Athletic Bilbao in the Europa League once again. They were pretty. Think I kind of underestimated them a little bit going into this group stage, and they just played me off the park. Ramirez got our only goal coming fairly late on. Aduriz and Sasita getting their goals. We then played a 0-0 draw against Leicester at home before going to Crystal Palace and picking up the win in a pretty decent game, I have to admit. As you can see, 3-2. Jay Rodriguez scored a hat-trick. They scored a goal fairly late on through Bamford, but they just couldn't get the equaliser. Lucky for us. We then versed Salzburg in the Europa League once again, this time away from home. Shane Long and Juanmi getting the goals for us there. In a game we probably should have lost by looking at those statistics. We did lose the next game, however, against Norwich, who are a bit of a bogey team for me, usually. As you can see, Mane scored, but they got a couple more goals through Mbakani and Bennett. We then got battered, as expected, by Manchester City. 3-0, David Silva, Sterling, and Nasri on the score sheet there. We then played out a 1-1 draw against Aston Villa. Shane Long, in the 85th minute, gave us the equaliser there. We then played out another 0-0 draw, this time coming against Tottenham, which is a bit of a better team to draw against, and quite happy to keep a clean sheet against some of the players Tottenham have. Harry Kane, Son Heung-min, some very good players in their team. We then versed Aston Villa once again in the reverse leg and could only manage another 1-1 draw. Sadio Mane opened the scoring this time, and AU managed to equalise. So basically exactly what happened, but reversed, and a different goal scorer for us as well, of course. We then managed to beat Liverpool, so we got revenge for the first game of the season, obviously the first live com of this series as well, which is pretty decent. Wanyama, Ramirez and Rodriguez, Milner and Henderson for Liverpool, so very happy, important 3 points. I think they were in second place when we played that game. We then played the FA Cup third round, couldn't beat Manchester United, very unlucky to draw them in the first round that we entered the competition. Ramirez scored our goal, Ashley Young got a brace, and Martial got another goal for them there. We then beat Sunderland, pretty much an expected result, and I was quite happy. Balic got his first goal for the club, I think in his first start actually, so I was quite impressed there. Sadio Mane also on the score sheet late on, and all 3 points. We then versed Watford, could only manage a 1-1 draw. Dusan Tadic there getting our goal. Stephen Kolka got sent off pretty late on, and I think we were actually lucky to hold on, because Watford are a pretty decent team. They've got quite a decent squad, and that's without Ababo, who's currently injured for like 5 months or whatever. And in the final game I just played against the last place Stoke City, who actually have Ronald Koeman as their manager now. We could only manage a 1-1 draw, and it was pretty disappointing, as you can see. Dusan Tadic scored a penalty in the 30th, and Joselu managed to pick up a late equaliser in the 85th minute. Not good. So we versed last place, and now we're versing second last. We currently sit 8th in the table, as you can see there. A game in hand. If we win the game in hand, we can go up to 6th place and overtake Tottenham. So very important we win here today against 19th place Bournemouth, who with a win themselves could probably nearly get out of the relegation zone. So it's a big game for both teams. We'll get into the squad here. Starting lineup will be Stekelenburg in goals. Sam I can never pronounce his name. Borja, we'll just call him Borja. Jose Font, Mathieu, Bertrand, and then our midfielders will be Davis, Wanyama, and Gaston Ramirez. Tadic on the left, Mane on the right, and Rodriguez up front. Gazinga, Van Dijk, Cole, Romeu, Balic, Juanmi, and Long will be on the bench today. And yeah, we're still playing the same tactic. It's still working pretty well. We're not losing many games, but we're in a bit of a slump, I think, at the moment. Drawing quite a few recently, and getting the odd win here and there, which is not really ideal. But yeah, they're playing a 4-4-2. We should be able to beat them. I'm just going to tell the boys to play their natural game, which is a bit of a passing-based tactic. I try to play like a bit like Arsenal, you know, hold the ball, work the ball into the box, and try and nick a few goals. I'm just hoping Matthew will be a quality signing that we need for the first, couple of seasons, to, stabilise ourselves in the top half of the table, and try and get. Ooh, we nearly have the opening goal there. Try and stabilise ourselves, around the Europa League, Champions League spots. Probably top 7 is pretty much going to be my goal for first couple of seasons, I should say. Really had to spit that one out. That's a poor ball there by Wanyama. Don't really know what he was doing. We're already 17 minutes in. We are dominating the game so far, which is good, but we definitely need to find, the opening goal. And there's not a lot of highlights so far, which is not great, but okay, we're already approaching half-time. And we've dropped down to 10th position because of all the other games being played. Okay, so we had one highlight the whole half. Lovely. And Rodriguez is playing quite poorly, so hopefully that'll get him fired up a little bit. Probably should have gone aggressive at him, but want to be, level-headed with my team talks. Alright, we've got a corner here. Ramirez swings it in. Jose Font, get in. Off the set piece, not the greatest goal in the world, but you know what, I'll take it. It's important. We've opened the scoring basically in the 50th minute, which is kind of good scoring just after half-time. Of course, they do have a danger man in Wilson up front, so we've got to be wary of him. That's a good tackle there by Borja. I think it's Emeritiro. Emeritiro. Yeah. Or Emeritiro. Emertio. Might be Emertio. I don't know. Who cares? I'll call him Emertio from now on. Because I know people are a little bit fussy with pronunciation and stuff like that. I mean, if you know how to pronounce his name properly, please leave a comment. It'd be greatly appreciated. Come on, boys. Rodriguez. Yeah, he scored. Is he offside? No, he's not. Okay. So 2-0 up. Things are going well. We look like we're on course to finally win a live com. And quite happy about that. I mean, I expected to beat Bournemouth anyway. But obviously, when I record sometimes, I don't always get the result that I want. Come on. Oh, Matthew should have made that tackle. But that's alright. We might look to make a substitution. I wouldn't mind bringing Balic on, actually. Bring Balic on for Davis, even though Davis has played pretty well. I would also like to bring Van Dijk on just to get him a bit more match fit, because he picked up an injury for about a month and a half sort of thing. It said 5 weeks, but I'm pretty sure it was like 6 weeks plus, which was annoying. So I might bring him on at around the 75th minute mark, unless we concede a goal here. Smith pumps it forward. Font should clear that. And we get the ball away. Nice. Come on, Stecklenburg. Oh, he's played it out of defence. Lovely. Mane. Inside to Wanyama. You got Borja. Yeah, use him. Emeritio. Nice ball movement. Oh, what a ball. He's offside there. That's unfortunate. That was a lovely ball by Balic there. He does have that type of pass in his arsenal. He's done it quite a few times. I think he's done pretty much the exact same pass to Rodriguez. Oh, nice little shot there. Sorry, I went quiet for a second. We have a corner here. Can Ramirez put it in? Already got the one goal. It's cleared away. Balic. Wanyama. Font. What's he doing up there still? Mane. Shoots on. Oh. That was horrible. Alright, we've got 20 minutes to go. 2-0 up. Smooth sailing at the moment. We'll bring Van Dijk on. We'll bring him on for Font. Font can go off. And we'll put Matthew... take him off the covering position just because Van Dijk's quite a bit quicker. He's got better acceleration. And he usually plays a lot better when he's playing the covering role. Oh, that's a good goal by Richie there. Okay, so I probably shouldn't have made that substitution. It's probably a bit stupid to take one of your centre defenders off that is playing a, what was it, an 8.1 I think it was. And they've actually got another highlight here. So we could concede 2 goals in the space of 10 minutes. But we don't. Tadic wins it there. Rodriguez loses it. Oh, come on, mate. It's got to be doing better than that. Wanyama, the ball winner. Oh, Rodriguez is in behind. What a horrible back pass. Oh, how did he not score a goal there? Come on. That is clear cut. Damn it. Alright, the result doesn't look convincing, but I am pretty sure we're about to win here. 5 seconds left. Wanyama, Rodriguez, and there we go. Full time, 2-1 victory over Bournemouth. If you could drop a like rating for that win, guys, that was a pretty good win. We kind of screwed things up a little bit. Probably, well, I mean, we still won, so that's the important thing. We've got Chelsea in our next game, which is going to be tough, to say the least. Matt Ritchie got player of the match. Okay. So that's going to wrap this episode up, guys. Hope you have enjoyed it. It's been a pretty good season so far. Hopefully we can push on, maybe nick another Europa League spot. We do have the Europa League knockouts to go as well. We did progress from the group. We drew Saint Etienne from France. And I think in the next round, if we go through, we'll either verse Dnipro from Ukraine or Tottenham. So, you kind of expect to verse Tottenham in the next round if we get through and they get through as well. So, yeah, it's quite a bit to look forward to. Hope you guys will tune in for the next episode. And if you're a new viewer, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And that'll keep you up to date with all these episodes coming out in the future. Goodbye, guys.